Last week, the Ways and Means Committee in which I sit, along with numerous other committees in this House, moved forward towards completing our work to achieve President Biden's and the American people's vision to build back better. The legislation contains economic development initiatives that I have long championed to create good-paying jobs while lowering costs and cutting taxes for American families, not American wealthy. This is the kind of legislation that makes America great. This is the kind of legislation that assures that the American people, that we have not abandoned them in their time of need. To remain the greatest nation, we must support the most vulnerable portion of America. Importantly for my district, this bill contains specific measures for the much-needed economic recovery of the U.S. territories, which have been severely tried in recent years. It fixes long-standing fiscal cliffs related to rebate on federal excise taxes on distilled spirit production in the territories, our rum cover-over. The cover-over has been a part of the fundamental tax relationship between the United States and its island territories, before there was even an income tax. This bill would repeal the cap that has been imposed on the program since 1984. In addition, we are continuing to expand the federally funded child tax credit, including reimbursing the island's government who pay out the costs for providing the credit. The credit, as expanded in the American Rescue Plan, would be continued for an additional 4 years. This child tax cut has cut child poverty by 50%. 50%. Cutting child poverty by the child tax cut makes economic sense. Under the Annie Casey Foundation study, America has lost $500 billion a year in lost production due to children who have lived in poverty most of their life because of hunger, leading to loss of job, school dropouts, prison. All of these things will now have a way for these children to come out. Furthermore, we are extending the changes made to the Earned Income Tax Credit in the American Rescue Plan. We increase the value of the Earned Income Tax Credit for workers with no qualifying dependents, and we do that on a permanent basis in Build Back Better. In addition, we're providing look-back provisions that are necessary for individuals. This important part of the Earned Income Tax Credit is premised on the idea that if a taxpayer's earned income was less in a given year than it is in the prior year, the taxpayer may elect to use their prior year's earned income in computing the EITC. That is this 1-year look back. This will provide stability to taxpayers who have experienced economic shocks in any given year, the same way we do for businesses. This legislation provides much-needed relief to the U.S. territories from the GILTI tax that was supposed to apply to foreign jurisdictions. Since 2017, there have been significant concerns about the application of GILTI to sovereign territories in the United States, including the U.S. Virgin Islands, as well as the other territories, flowing from treatment of U.S. territories under the Internal Revenue Code. I'm pleased to see the additional accommodations to smaller-sized businesses operating and an economic activity credit that will allow jobs and income to flourish. Employers under possession wages would be increased from 20 to 50% of eligible possession wages and allocation of fringe benefits for each employee. With these enhanced credits, the Ways and Means Committee acted to provide relief to service-based economies. I'm also excited about the proactive support for disaster resilience. We are providing tools to mitigate the impact of natural disasters by providing incentives for upfront investments, strong incentives to attract capital and promote jobs in communities that need it the most, significant resources for rural areas, tribal communities, underserved minority communities. We have affordable housing to help reduce housing inequality and pathways to home ownership, which is about wealth creation in this country. Democrats have heard the needs and desires of the American people, all American people, Democrats, Republicans, independent, rural, urban, small town, islands even. We're here to help you, and I yield back.